In this video we look at a technique called completing the square, which is useful to solve quadratic equations which have a left-hand side that isn't easy to factorize. I can't think of two numbers that multiply to give positive 2 and add to give negative 6. So I have to use some other method to try and solve this. Now the key thing is to try and rewrite the x squared minus 6x thing here in terms of a complete square. Now that seems a little bit strange, but we need to add something to the negative 6x in order to make it a nice complete square. And that something is a plus 3 squared, effectively. Or another way of thinking about it is that the x squared minus 6x is going to be equal to this. Right? If x minus 3 squared is equal to x squared minus 6x plus 9, then just the x squared minus 6x part is going to be equal to this minus the 3 squared. And that's how we've got this expression here. Now, in each case, it doesn't matter what the first two terms is, the x squared and the number times the x. It's always going to be x, and then either plus or minus whatever half the value of this, the number multiplying the x is. So half of negative 6 is negative 3. And then negative 3 squared is what you have to then subtract over here. So if we continue with this question, we get if we have x squared minus 6x plus 2 equals 0, and we replace the x squared minus 6x with the expression that we have here, the next step is going to be something that looks like this. Right? Again, the x squared minus 6x has been replaced by x minus 3 squared minus 3 squared. And then we go on to the next step. We try and move the numbers, the things that don't involve the x, send them over to the right-hand side. You'll notice we've moved these two things here over to the right-hand side, so we have something squared equals 7, effectively. Now, think about that for a second. If x minus 3 squared is equal to 7, well, what could x minus 3 be equal to? Well, x minus 3 could be plus or minus root 7. And then we just have to take the negative 3, or add 3 to both sides. So we could get positive 3 minus root 7, or we could have x equals positive 3 plus root 7. And then we could, on your calculator, do the calculations that give you these values here. Here, they're given to 4 significant figures. Now, in example 6, it's a more difficult example for completing the square. Generally, I wouldn't recommend completing the square for something like this, because you're going to get fractions and it's going to be difficult. There's another method for solving quadratic equations, which you'll see in the next video. But if you were asked a question like this, what we've got to do first of all is make it easy. To make it easy, we've got to change it so that we don't have a 3x squared at the start, we just have an x squared at the start. So we've got to make the coefficient of x squared equal to 1. And to do that, we've got to divide through by 3. Right? And if you divide through by 3, or we can take 3 out as a factor, divide through by 3, we'll get something that should look a little bit like this. Now again, we've got something that's nasty here, a fraction before the x. But it's the same technique as before. We've got to try to take half of that value, half of 4/3, and then rewrite x squared plus 4/3 x in terms of that. Now what that means in this example is that we have, this is our first equation. We replace the x squared plus 4/3 x with x plus 2/3 all squared minus 2/3 squared. Just have a look at that again. The 4/3 has been halved, so to get 2/3, so that's a 2/3 here. And then we've got to subtract 2/3 squared from it. So these two terms have been replaced by these terms here. We've still got the minus 2 at the end in both equations. And then, going on from that, we can take the number part of that, this part here, the minus 2/3 squared becomes positive 2/3 squared on the right hand side. The negative 2 becomes positive 2 on the right hand side. So the next step should be to get this equation, the x plus 2/3 all squared minus 4/9 minus 18 over 9. We've done this because we want to combine these in some way. Next step after that, we get this as our equation. This time we've taken the negative 4/9 minus 18/9 and put it on the right hand side so they become positive. Now looking at this, I know it's quite difficult to imagine what this is going to be, but if we've got this, we've got something squared equal to 22 over 9. So what could the x plus 2/3 be equal to? Well, the x plus 2/3 could be equal to plus or minus the square root of 22 over 9. And you can then subtract 2/3 from both sides, so we get this as our final answer.